It was nearly midnight when Dr. Elias Turner stepped into room 407, the private suite that housed the hospital's most mysterious patient. The steady rhythm of machines filled the air. Beeps, soft whirs, and the quiet hum of life clinging to hope. On the bed lay Aurora Vale, a name once synonymous with power, luxury, and brilliance. The youngest self-made millionaire in the city. The woman whose empire had reshaped industries. Now she lay still, fragile. The only movement came from the rise and fall of her chest. Guided by the ventilator, Elias, still in his blue scrubs, rolled up his sleeves and exhaled softly. He wasn't supposed to be here after hours. His shift ended long ago, but something about her silence kept drawing him back. He spoke softly as he changed the bandage on her wrist. "Good evening, Ms. Vale," he murmured, his voice calm, kind. "The night sky's clear today. The stars are out, brighter than usual." He smiled faintly, even though he knew she couldn't answer. "You probably never got to see much of them, did you? Too busy saving the world." He worked carefully, almost reverently, as though each motion mattered, peeling back the old gauze, cleaning the wound, applying the new dressing. Her skin was warm, not the cold, lifeless touch of someone fading, but the warmth of someone quietly fighting. "I read about you once," he continued, almost whispering. "They said you never took a day off. Maybe this is life's way of forcing you to rest." He paused, his gaze softening. "But it's time to wake up now. You've rested long enough." His hand brushed hers unintentionally, a fleeting contact, gentle and human. Then suddenly, the monitor beeped faster. Elias froze. "Wait." Aurora's fingers twitched. Once, then again, slightly stronger. His heart pounded in disbelief. "Ms. Vale, can you hear me?" Her lips parted, a faint sound escaping and broken, barely a whisper. "Pink." He blinked, startled. "What did you say?" Her eyelids fluttered. "Pink sky." "You said stars, pink." For a second, Elias forgot how to breathe. The woman everyone had given up on, the one who hadn't moved or spoken in months, was waking up. He pressed the emergency button, his voice trembling with awe. "She's responding. She's awake." And as the nurses rushed in, the world that had been frozen in stillness began to move again. Hours later, sunlight spilled through the blinds, painting golden streaks across the room. The machines still hummed softly, but now they seemed less mechanical, more alive, like a rhythm of hope. Aurora Vale opened her eyes fully for the first time in 6 long months. Her vision blurred at first, shapes melting into light. Then slowly, the world came into focus, the room, the window, the young man sitting at her bedside, Elias. He looked exhausted, eyes rimmed with sleeplessness, yet when she stirred, his face lit up with quiet joy. "You're awake," he said, almost like a prayer. Aurora blinked, voice weak but steady. "Where am I?" "You're at St. Clair Hospital," he said softly. "You've been in a coma since the accident." Her brows furrowed. "The accident?" Memories flickered, rain, headlights, a crash. Then darkness. "How long?" "6 months," he replied gently. Her eyes welled up. "6 months," she whispered, disbelieving. "And you? You were here?" He hesitated, then nodded. "Every day. Every morning before rounds." Her voice trembled. "Why?" He gave a small, embarrassed smile. "I don't really know. Maybe because you didn't feel like a patient. You felt like someone who needed someone to stay." Aurora stared at him, her throat tight. "I remember," she said softly. "Your voice. You talked about the sky, about hope." Elias's heart stopped. "You heard me?" "I did," she whispered, tears glimmering. "Sometimes I wanted to answer. I tried, I was trapped. But your voice, your words, they pulled me back." The room went quiet, except for the faint hum of the monitor, now steady and calm. He reached for her hand, hesitating, unsure, but she gripped his fingers weakly. "I thought I had everything," she said, voice shaking. "Money, success, fame. But lying here, I realized I had nothing real. Until now." Elias swallowed hard, emotion thick in his throat. "You have a second chance, Ms. Vale. Don't waste it." She smiled faintly, the first real smile in months. "Then maybe you can help me start again." He chuckled softly. "Doctor's orders?" Something like that, she replied, eyes glinting with new life. But this time, I'll follow them.